All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out my channel. So what I want to get into today is regarding intimidation. If you know anything about me, I'm usually trying to help men with their confidence. And what I want to get into today regarding that is a lot of guys I know, I can tell, get intimidated. It could be within their own family, at work, whatever type of lifestyle they're leading in general. I don't care if it's going to the gym. Whatever the case may be, I think a lot of men don't admit that they're either intimidated by their environment or they're intimidated by a certain group of people or certain individuals that they just may know individually, I guess you could say. So I personally grew up in the nightclub bar business. I also have a huge Italian family on both sides of my family. So I was around a lot of different types of men, to say the least, that were very intimidating. And that goes for guys that were on the streets, and that goes for businessmen as well. I had basically two separate types of family, truthfully. I had one that was, I guess you could say, more rough, tough guys in the street in Chicago. And then I had other side of the family member, much upper middle class business type family members as well. If you went and met either side of them, there's definitely an intimidation factor there that I grew up in. And me being in that environment, along with my father being in a bar nightclub environment with a lot of people that were involved with many different things, obviously from drugs to alcohol to fights to everything in between, I was kind of raised, I guess you could, in a certain type of controlled chaos, I guess you could say, right? And what I never really realized at that point in time is that I was just being programmed to be confident because it was the only way I could really survive. If I was with my uncles or cousins or whoever the case might be that were badasses on the streets or whatever, I really had to hold my own. And then when I was with my other uncles and other family members, cousins that were very educated and very sharp-witted, I had to really hold my own with them. So if you're somebody that gets intimidated, and I understand this because a lot of times this, I think, goes back to when we're younger. We may be intimidated by our fathers. We could be intimidated by our siblings. We could be intimidated by cousins, other family members. We may have went to school. We got bullied, right? We were in a situation where people would intimidate us. And I think a lot of that carries on to adulthood. You may have started a new job. There may be people there trying to intimidate you. You may have gone to college or a university, I should say, as well. You may have been intimidated. I think for the most part, a lot of people don't want to admit they're being intimidated, is just really what I'm trying to say. But here's the thing. What I think you need to learn how to do, and I talk about this all the time, is understand that you are in the driver's seat. No one has any fucking control over you, okay? Mentally or physically, unless you allow that to happen. And the quicker you understand this, the better off you're going to be. And here's something I'm going to recommend to you, and you may think I'm crazy if you do find yourself in situations of always being intimidated. You're going to have to learn individually by yourself how to go on and accomplish, or conquer, I should say, and build up that confidence where you're starting to realize that whatever situation you're in, you're not intimidated. So I'm just going to tell you something that I went through when I was younger. I didn't even realize I was doing it. But I can assure you, I look back at it now and go, were you crazy? But this is what I truly think helped me stop being intimidated by anything or anyone. That is going out independently and going into certain situations that I normally wouldn't go into. In my case, I was already used to these environments, but for someone who isn't, so say for instance, you want to start meeting new women, right? You might honestly want to consider going to a nightclub, a bar, going where there are women. I don't care if it's a girls' night out, by yourself. Say you want to go to a certain university, right? You're scared. Go hang out in that area of that university. Say you have a certain type of profession that you're interested in. Start going, hanging out where they hang out. I don't care if it's their place of work. I don't care if it's the restaurants. I don't care if it's the bar. You don't have to talk to anybody. But I promise you, as time goes on, the more you start to surround yourself independently around environments that were maybe intimidating before you know it, they are going to become the norm. But by you now putting yourself there and just seeing that it's not a big fucking deal, what you got to realize is don't think you don't belong anywhere that you want to be. That's really what it comes down to. If you want to do something or be something, don't let anything or anyone intimidate you out of the game. And again, like I said, you need, though, to figure out how to overcome a lot of these fears. Again, I'm not telling you to go in these environments and start talking to everybody, at the beginning, having to market yourself and do all these type of things. No, all you need to do at the beginning is just surround yourself in the environment. I would actually tell you to shut up till you learned how to maneuver yourself around, almost speak when spoken to, and also be honest on your approach. A lot of people, I think, that are intimidated and then find themselves in certain environments, instead of making themselves stronger and building up confidence, they start talking and they start sounding foolish. And then before you know it, a lot of people, they don't give a shit about you or they don't pay attention to you. That can happen. In this case, again, what I'm telling you is to put yourself in any environment you choose to be in. Be quiet and learn to be comfortable. So that was just something I want to get into very quickly. And don't let anybody bully you, intimidate you, or fucking bullshit you. I'll tell you right now. Okay, I just want to make sure that's clear. Don't let it happen. And listen, I'm going to wrap it up. One last thing. Learn to have fun. Stop taking everything so serious. I think a lot of times we get intimidated because we think people are going to be a certain way or act a certain way when we get into a certain environment. And as you know, after time, most of the time everybody's cool. Human beings are human beings. You treat people with respect, they're going to respect you. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you get a chance, you might want to check out my podcast, Rich CELENZA Show, Mastering Self-Confidence. I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And all right, if you get a chance, subscribe, and I wish you nothing but the best.